Hey! I'm literally just going live because I'm just curious to see how many people have nightmare neighbors. I want to know that it's not just us. Interested. Totally interested. Hi. I'm literally just going live tonight because I just want to hear nightmare neighbor stories. Like, I just want to know that we're not the only ones with nightmare neighbors. Somebody make me feel better. Like, somebody tell me I did not spend this kind of money to live beside nightmares and I'm the only one. Because our neighbors are nightmares. Straight up nightmares. I'm gonna have like a midnight snack and somebody tell me that your neighbors are horrible. Just to make me feel better. So I'm gonna start out with the story about our neighbors when they first moved in. When our neighbors first moved in, the teenage girl came over and said, "Hey, can my brother come play with your kids?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, sure. I'm fine with being like the neighborhood cool mom. Everybody come play at our house. We have all kinds of stuff to play with outside." So this kid comes over and he's a nightmare. He like starts kicking their playhouse. He kicks their door. "Hey, Alicia." We had a gas can like for our lawnmower sitting on like some of the playground stuff, and he was like, if that was the right kind of gas, I would steal that because it would go in my dirt bike. And I was just like, okay. But I kind of looked over it, and then he like shoves Kyler on the slide, and so that was when I was like, hey buddy, we don't do that here. Like, we don't put our hands on each other. And he just kind of ignored me. But then he comes to my front door, and like, we have beware of dog signs everywhere because our dog is not real friendly, unfortunately. I am working on that because I don't like not having friendly dogs. But anyway, until I work on that, there are signs everywhere. Right? Exactly. So he comes over to my front door, and I'm like, hey bud, that dog doesn't like strangers. And he was like, I just want to see his reaction. And he starts like banging on my glass door. Like, I have it on camera because I have a camera right there. I was just like, what? And he was like, I just want to get his reaction. I was like, okay, you need to go home. And so I told Joey, and Joey was just like, I don't know what that is, but we're not doing it. So the kid, like, before he leaves, looks at me and he's like, did you guys live in a trailer before you came here? And I was like, no. And he was like, we did. And I'm like, okay. I mean, just the most random child ever, which, all right, whatever. But like, you can't come over to people's house and like tear up their stuff and shove their kids and like fret their dog, whatever. So like, Joey had to talk with the boys and was like, hey, it's okay to be nice, but like, some people just can't come to your house. So after that, like, we didn't let the kid come back over. He's a nightmare anyway. He's a terror. Like, he gets on his little motorcycle, and every time Copper's outside, like, he'll ride back and forth past. I'm like fretting the dog. How many times we gotta tell you this dog is not nice? Anyway, so then there was a very unfortunate event. While Joey and I were gone, his mom was here with the kids. Thank you, James. She accidentally let Copper out the back door. It was an accident. Accidents happen. I wish I had a camera pointed in that direction, which I'm gonna get to that part in a minute. But I don't. Like, our cameras are pointed towards our doors in our house because I don't really care what people are doing outside of our doors in our house. But Copper got out that day, so he went next door, and we were on our way back home, and I pulled up the blink because it kept going off in the back, and I was like, what are they doing in the backyard? So I pull it up, and I see a sheriff outside, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened? So I'm trying to call my mother-in-law. She's not answering. I finally get her on the phone, and she's hysterically crying, and I'm like, what is wrong? She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Copper got out. The neighbor said that he bit him. So I'm panicking because I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Well, the officer comes back to the door and tells her, like, I went over there. He didn't break the skin. Like, I don't really know what happened. It's fine. We made a report. We don't ever let him out. Like, because as long as you're inside of our house, like, he knows you're our people. So he's good with you. But, like, outside, it's a different story. So the dog should have never gotten out. I understand that. I agree with that. But then she's hysterically crying because she tells me that this dude next door, like, starts cussing her out in front of my kids. Like, just, and my mother-in-law is a saint. Like, how you could talk to somebody like that, I don't understand. I don't get it. Because, I mean, I have an attitude sometimes. I'm not going to say I don't. We all do. But how you going to cuss out a 60-some-year-old woman because she accidentally let a dog out? Anyway, the officer says he didn't break the skin. Now, Copper went to get a cookie from our child a year ago and accidentally bit him and bit blood. If he wanted to bite that guy, he'd have bit him. So he wasn't trying to bite him. But then, fast forward, we come home, him and Joey have words or whatever, because, men, right? That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't going to say it because I'm trying not to blame anybody because the dog shouldn't have got out. I agreed with that totally. Like, I don't let the dog out. I don't let my dog out. But anyway, if you hadn't been fretting my dog, he probably wouldn't dislike you already. Whatever. Past that point. So they have words, whatever. Well, I don't know if she's a wife, girlfriend, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, she's out there too. And they're all shouting. I'm trying to get my kids in the house because we don't do it in front of my kids. So I get them in their room and I'm like, okay, I don't know what y'all got going on. And she's like, I'd like to have an adult conversation. I was like, well, it doesn't look like the two of them can do that. So, maybe you and I can have an adult conversation. Well, then, I don't know. Joey said something about their kid riding his motorcycle. And he rides it around the curbs. Like, we do live in like a little cul-de-sac, but there are cars on the road. Like, you can't just let a little 7 or 8-year-old ride a motorcycle on the road by itself. Anyway. So she starts hollering something about touching her kid. Nobody said they was going to touch your kid. We said what you were doing was not right, and he frets our dog. She wasn't even listening to that part. Anyway, she just starts screaming at me, I'll have your teaching license revoked. And at this point, I've got my kids in the house, and I'm trying to keep my cool, but I finally turned around, and I was like, well, it's a good fucking thing I don't have one. So if you want to play Internet Warrior, like, try again. Pay attention. I worked at the school 2 years ago. Where are you at? What are you doing? I mean, people are just ignorant. So since then, it's been a total nightmare living here. So fast forward to now. Anyway, the conversation ended. I apologize for the dog getting out because, like I said, I do not agree that my dog got out. Not my fault. Wasn't home. My mother-in-law did apologize, but she got cussed out for that too. I went over and I was like, look, I am so sorry that our dog got out. That part, 100% our fault, shouldn't have happened. But the way you spoke to that woman in front of my kids also should not have happened. So then he's continuing to call Joey every name under the sun, as ugly as you could say it. I mean, racist words, derogatory words, really, really ugly words. I'm still just baffled. But you have to live beside me. Like, why would you do that? Yes, directly next to me. Yes, the new ones, Natalie, the brand new ones. They're a nightmare. So I'm like, I've just tried since then. Like, I don't even look over there. I just my driveway's on this side of the house. They're on that side. So I don't even look that way. Like, I just get out of my car. I come inside, whatever. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You stay on yours. I stay on mine. So whatever. Well, I go outside tonight and I've got Copper on his lead. It's in the middle of my yard. It's nowhere near their property. And I'm going out to the middle of my yard and I hear the camera say, hello, you're being recorded. Like, in my front yard, in the middle of my front yard? Jesus. Like, I have cameras on my house, but they're on the fence facing my house, on that side of my house facing my house, on that side facing the driveway. Like, I don't point my cameras at other people's houses. Is that weird? Am I tripping? Hey, Michelle. Thank you. I mean, is that weird, y'all? You go outside at 11 o'clock at night and you hear the cameras say, like, you're being recorded in your own yard. Like, it's just like, my cameras don't talk. They ding. What? Like, somebody please tell me I'm not the only one with nightmare neighbors. That's what I was thinking. So we're going to put up a privacy fence, but like, I'm ready to move. It's that bad. And the rest of our neighbors are wonderful. Like, we have this sweet old man across the road that, like, he'll bring us vegetables in the summertime. And then we have the guy on the other side. He's super nice. Him and Joey play basketball. He comes and hangs out. The dog's not a fan of him either, but he's been in here. He didn't bite him. I mean, but like, oh my God. Like, who pays this kind of money to live beside people that, like, fret you? We don't have an HOA, unfortunately. I wish we did. So I don't know what happened, but like, him and Joey like take turns like hollering at each other at this point, which is pointless. I think it's ridiculous and whatever. But like, we were going to a baseball game one night and I come out and like, the kids were with my mother-in-law. So I come in the house. Exactly. I come in and I grab their baseball bags and I go out the front door and I see the cops pulling up again. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Apparently, they had called the sheriff's department again. We don't even know for what. We still don't know for what. I heard him out there hollering something, but like, we had a baseball game to get to. Like, I don't have time for your drama 24/7. Stop every time I walk outside. Yeah. Passing out when you come outside. I mean, it's wild. It's awful. And like, I'm scared for the kids to be like out there playing with a ball and it accidentally go in their yard. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't want to live with that kind of people beside me. Like, I just don't. I mean, y'all, am I the only one that thinks this is crazy? Like, y'all are, for starters, I've never met you and you sent your kid over here. Like, I'm not sending my kid to anybody's house without at least having a face-to-face and being like, hey, we're new to here. Like, so mine was blown at very first, like, sign of these people. But then to fast forward to now, it's just like constantly. Like, what? I mean, this chick comes out of nowhere with, I'm going to have your teaching license revoked. Well, it's a good thing I don't have one. Pay attention. Y'all, somebody else tell me it's not just me. Somebody else has got to have nightmare neighbors. Hi. Like, it's not just us, right? I'm on here now. Hey, Shay. I'm on here now because it's 11:48 at night, and I just walked out about nightmare. I'm gonna watch it. I gotta watch it. Hey. I'm gonna have to watch this. I've never had nightmare neighbors, y'all. Everywhere I've ever been, I've had good neighbors. And I don't think I even realized how blessed I was. Oh, God, you had to move. I mean, I'm not totally opposed to moving, but did I really spend this kind of money on this house to have to move? Yeah, girl, we got married. Neighbor from hell. You had one too? Oh, God. See, I'm not used to this. Like, I had a house that I lived in from, what year did I buy that thing? 2013, and I didn't sell it until like 2023. I had the house for 10 years, and the neighbor beside me was like my best friend. The neighbor on the other side of me, like, we were super cool. The neighbor across the street, oh my God, it was like having an extra grandma, like, for my kids. She was so precious. She still sends them Christmas ornaments. He is clean now. Use a pellet gun to shoot at. At 2 a.m.? Oh my God. I know. I just don't like being uncomfortable in my own home. Like, I walked outside in my front yard. Like, in my front yard to take, like, my dog. I put my dogs on a leash. So, for those of you who weren't here, our dog did get out. It was very unfortunate. Joey and I weren't home. My mother-in-law was here. The neighbor said he bit him, but the officer that came said that he didn't break the skin. And our dog is like 80 pounds. Like, if he would have bit you, you would know it. He didn't bite him. He accidentally bit Kyler trying to get a cookie out of his hand. Like, because Kyler pulled a cookie out of his mouth and he bit down, like, just to try to get the cookie, and literally, like, bit a hole. Like, if he would have tried to bite that dude, he'd bit the dude. He just lied. It is what it is. But cussing my mother-in-law out, like, come on, y'all. I'm gonna see if this camera will do it again. Y'all, I'm here. I swear I walked out in my front yard. I'm gonna show y'all. Now, excuse the fact that we don't have grass. We have a shaded yard, so we go outside here. There's no grass. You hear my dogs coming down the steps. But okay, so here's my front door. I walked to right here. And I was just like, what did I just hear? I just heard it again. Literally says, as I'm going in my front door, it says you're being recorded. Like, is that legal? Like, I just heard it again as I'm walking in my front door. It says you're being recorded. My front door, at my house. I didn't go anywhere near their house. Nowhere near it. I didn't even point the phone at it so y'all could see their house. Because I think that's an invasion of privacy. But I'm coming to my front door and I can hear your camera say you're currently being recorded. I'm not in an HOA, but I wish I was, because I don't think they would make it. I mean, it's creeping me out. Like, my kids' rooms are on that side of the house, and it's freaking me out. And I have a camera, like, right outside of Kaysen's bedroom. I have a camera, and it's pointed this way, towards our house, like, from my fence this way, so that I can see their bedrooms at all times. Not at other people's houses. Like, what is that? That's weird. Right? Like, mine is on my fence line, and it is it's a blink camera, and it's pointed towards my kids' rooms. You can't see anything that's not my property. That is so weird. Yes, I do still talk to my cousin. I love her very much. I mean, y'all, am I tripping? That's weird, right? To walk outside your front door and have a camera say you're being recorded. Not like I'm walking towards your property, or I'm walking, like, out in the road. Like, I'm walking out my front door. Weird. I'm just gonna have to move. Do I want to sell my house? Not really, but... And if they find out about them, they probably won't buy it. Maybe I can sell it during the day. Nobody's here. I think it is too. I don't think that. I'm going to. Like, I have some friends that work for the police department. I just want to ask, like, what can I do? What do I need to put there? I think I'm going to go to Lowe's this weekend and just put up a privacy fence, like the tallest one they have, on that whole side. Like, we've put off putting up a fence just because we wanted to do, like, a chain link for the dogs to be able to let them out the back to be able to roam. But, like, at this point, I'd rather just do a privacy fence that goes all the way to the road, just so they can just not be there. Does anybody else have to deal with this? This is insane. Hey, Ashley. Hey. We talking about my nightmare neighbors. They nightmare neighbors. I got some nightmare neighbors, y'all. Long story short, there was an unfortunate event where my dog got out while I wasn't home. My mother-in-law, she apologized. She said she was super sorry. She didn't mean to let him out. But before she could even get "I'm sorry" out, he literally said, "F you're sorry, you stupid ASSBI, you know what," like, on and on and on and on and on and on. My kids were standing out there. Like, he cussed my mother-in-law out in front of my children, for starters. And like, of course, him and Joey had words when we got home. And it was literally, he was just like, do not talk to my mama like that again. Yeah, kid, that's really crazy. 23 years, have cameras on? What? That's wild. Like, the camera thing, I don't care. It ain't like I ain't been on camera before, but why are you recording my house? Hey, Brittany. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. I just couldn't help it. I had to see, like, I had to. Thank y'all for the gifts. Y'all are so sweet. I just had to share, like, I had to make, like, there's no way this is normal. So I'm gonna tell y'all again real quick for everybody who wasn't in here. When they first moved here, because we've been here 2 years almost, we had great neighbors. They were wonderful. And across the street, we have great neighbors. The older man, he brings us homegrown vegetables in the summer. He's wonderful. And then there's another guy across the street, like, that comes over, and him and Joey will shoot basketball, and the kids talk to him. But like, these people, when our last ones, and I knew it was going to happen. I just had that feeling because I loved them. They were so precious. And they had kids, our kids' age. They were so sweet. Like, I could text her, and it was good. It was really good. But these people moved in. And long story short, like, their kid came over, kicked the playhouse, talked about stealing gas cans. We'd already told him the dog wasn't nice, so he beat on my front door and told me that he wanted the dog's reaction. And I was just like, okay, you gotta go home. So, Joey had a talk with the kids after that. We were really nice about it. It was like, you can be nice to people sometimes, but they can't always come to your house. And so that kid hasn't been back over here since then. But then, like, the dog accidentally got out. I'm sorry. I hate that it happened, but it did happen. I wasn't here. But he called the police. Like, they handled it the way they handled it. It's fine. But he said that the dog bit him. Now, my dog accidentally took a cookie from my little one and popped his hand, and there was a puncture wound. So I promise if he tried to bite you, he'd bit blood. He didn't. He didn't try, or he would have, because he's huge. I mean, the dog's like 85 pounds. But he called the police officers, which is fine. I understand. If a dog came out of the house next door and bit me, I'd probably do the same thing. I mean, honestly, if it would have been, because their dog's been over here several times, and I usually, like, just holler for them and get my dogs in the house and move on with my day, because we're neighbors. But apparently not everybody's a neighbor like I'm a neighbor, which is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. The officer responded. He said he didn't break the skin. He had to make a report, which is understandable. It's fine. We don't let Copper out. That doesn't happen normally unless he breaks the chain. Like, he's not going anywhere. And so we have taken extra measures to make sure that doesn't happen again either. But, like, since then, it's just been a nightmare living here. And I'm on here tonight, y'all, because I went outside in the middle of my yard where my dog is on his, like, I put him on a lead, and we have it long enough to where we can bring it all the way in the house. So we don't even risk taking them outside, not on the lead. Like, you literally can come inside the house, hook the dog up, and then send him out. I walked out to the middle of my yard because he was just sitting out there. He does that sometimes at night. He'll just sit by the tree. It's his favorite spot. And so I walked outside, and I was like, Copper, come on. And when I turned around, I heard the camera say, hello, you're being recorded. It's 11:30 at night. Why is your camera recording me in my yard? There's a whole lot between us, too. So, like, it's not like we're close. It's not like we have a close neighbor. Like, it's their house and then an open lot and then my house. And so I went back out there on this live just a second ago just to see if it would do it again. And it said it as soon as I hit my front door. Like, my front door. I'm coming in my front door and it says, hello, you're being recorded. What? How is that normal? How do y'all deal with nightmare neighbors? Am I gonna have to move? I feel like there's a move coming. What do y'all think? Because I do have friends that work for the police department and the sheriff's department. Right. I am gonna video. I do need to video, which like I said, I didn't even turn this camera over there because I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. Hope the boys are good. Right? Like, I'm out there with my phone on live, like, and I still didn't want to turn the camera that way because that's not my house. But I walk out my front door and hear, hello, you're being recorded. I mean, it's fine if you have cameras on your property, but pointed at my property from over there that's recording me coming out my front door, that's a little much for me. She said, get the finger. I love you, Ashley. Right. Like, I do have cameras, and I have a bunch of them, y'all, because I love Joey, but he was a hot mess when he first came home, so I cameraed this house out. But my back camera goes to my backyard. My driveway camera goes to my driveway. My doorbell camera is just right in my front yard. The camera on the corner of my house faces the front door, and then I have a camera on the boys' room side that literally is on that fence post facing their bedrooms, just so I can see their bedroom windows. Like, I don't have cameras pointed at other people's houses. That's weird, right? Weird. Hey, Laura. And no, I haven't heard anything about, there was somebody breaking in houses in our neighborhood like yesterday. Well, it wasn't our neighborhood, but it was a few roads over, and they're like on the run or something. I think they got the girl. Y'all, look at this. No, what in the world? I got my hair going outside. Thank you, Hope. I had to do it. I had to go live. I just needed to know that I'm not the only one with crazy neighbors. Like, what is wrong with these people? It's wild. It is wild to me. That is wild behavior. It's not bad enough that we hadn't already had words with them and then called the police twice. Which is fine. Call them. Call them again. Hell, call them right now. Call them and tell them you're recording me. And I'm on live talking about it. Call them and tell them that. Please call them and tell them that. Yeah, I saw where they got the girl in Guilford County. But I didn't see anything about that guy yet. The last I heard, something about Stokesdale. Yeah, I got something in my hair when I walked outside. I don't know what that is. Like, but the nightmare neighbor stories, like, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start going live every time they do something crazy to tell you all about it. The recording me coming out my front door, that's a little much for me. That's like a trip to Lowe's Monday. That's like a trip to Lowe's for privacy fence Monday. I'm not doing that. Your real crazy neighbor behind you. He fed your dog leftovers. Oh, Lord. And you didn't even know what he was feeding him. No, we don't do that. We don't talk all this shit. I know. I do. I'm going to talk to a couple of my friends at the police department tomorrow and just ask, like, how do I handle this? Because I did talk to my friend at the sheriff's department about, him and Joey have words just about every time they're both outside now. And she was like, he just needs to make sure he stays on your property and try to leave him alone. But, like, he eggs it on. That guy goes out there and starts calling him ugly stuff and, like, I haven't recorded. He didn't want him out there anymore. He called the cops. He'd been feeding him and then he decided he was going to call the cops. I don't know who Kevin is, but hang on. Joey and I got married. That is our wedding photo with our boys. We've been married now for over a year. He drives me insane most of the time, but it's progress. We're still together. Thank you, Hope. But this neighbor thing is freaking me out. Freaking me all the way out. No, you're fine. Life is insane. I've just never had bad neighbors. Girl, he's trying. So, I don't know. Y'all probably already saw it on social media. He got arrested. Well, he didn't get arrested. He got a DWI for driving on his medication. So, he got a note from his doctor. It'll be fine. come out later. But it is what it is. It's always something over here. No, we're not going to be on the new season. They have not asked us to come back on Life After Lockup yet, but we'll see. Maybe when they hear about my crazy new neighbors, maybe they'll want to come back then. Got cameras? I could bring some cameras. That would be funny. That would actually be really funny. I could really bring cameras. Oh God, that would be hilarious. They would probably throw all sorts of fits. I'm good, April. I just work all the time. Work and take the boys to baseball. Joey is trying to stay out of trouble, but this is like the third time that officer pulled him, so he was determined to get him for something this time. How should every other commercial broke? Right? Joey and I are good. Thank you, April. Yeah, we're good. Joey is still, he's really, oh, I did do that last year, didn't I? I went live with the boys coloring their eggs. Oh, no, he's not in jail now. No. No, he got a DWI. But it was for driving on his medication. It was not, I don't know. I talked to the officer on the phone, and he said one of the bottles said he couldn't drive, but he got a note from his doctor that said he could. So I'm sure it'll be fine. He's on a lot of different meds, but they're like, Joey was diagnosed bipolar last year. And honestly, if he had been probably 15 years ago, it probably would have saved him a lot of drama in his life, because he's been a different person since. He really has. Thank you, Hope. He really has. He's been a completely different person. Bipolar is pretty serious if it's not medicated. Yes, Samantha, we got married. We actually got married while y'all were still watching the show. We did a really good job of keeping it a secret. Nobody was allowed to even take pictures at our wedding. We were so funny. Because we were still, the show had just come out in August of 24. We got married in October, and we had already planned it before the show came out, but we couldn't tell anybody because that's part of that NDA. So the show was showing like when we got married, so we had to just keep it a little secret until it was over. But yes, we got married. He drives me crazy some days. I'm not gonna lie and tell y'all he don't. And reintegrating him like back into society has been a hot mess. And they really need to work on like the programs in prison, because they don't. They just send them home with a like good luck and try not to do it again. But I don't know. There are, Danielle, there are a ton of meds that say that. And I think it was his Adderall, but he doesn't even take that now, because he talked to another doctor that told him the Adderall was conflicting with, I think, his anxiety medication. So they told him to come off of the ADHD meds. And so he did. So he's not even taking it. Anyway, he got a note from his doctor. So, what man don't drive us crazy? I know that's right. So true. They definitely do need to do something. We did not have a baby. No, we ain't having no babies yet. I'm raising 3 kids right now. He's like having a third child. I love him, but whew, Lord, he's a hot mess. And that's what I was saying. Like, we are still together. We're married. They do need to do a better job in prisons of like, they just need regular life skills. Like, they come out and they don't really know how to, like, there are like second chance hiring places out there, but if you don't have like interview skills or like resume skills, like, and you got to think Joey spent like, I don't know, the better part of 12 years of his adult life in prison. Like, right. Like prison reform. Like he doesn't. Oh, you had Kaysen. I'm so glad he was with you. Brooke was sending me pictures. His mommy was at work. They do. They really do. They need some kind of programs, something. Thank you. Please send me pictures. Exactly. Like, I don't know. Well, and I know, honestly, this was like the third time this officer has pulled him. And every time they pull him over, they pull him out of the car, they search him. What's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with me. But if you ever got married to somebody who spent 12 years in prison, you would want them to have some kind of prison reform too, so you didn't have to do it. Girl, I am worried about my kids. My kids is back here asleep right now. They good. They got baseball tomorrow. No, I'm not. How do you mute these people? There you go. There we go. Bye. I don't know. It was a lot. And I understand. Like he hasn't always been on the straight and narrow. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say he has. Joey has made his mistakes, and since he's been home, he's not perfect. I did. By any stretch of imagination. But that was the other thing. Like, I feel like if they had helped more with a lot of things, like he could have been in a much better spot coming home. And I think they should do it if for no other reason than the people on this side of the wall who are trying to help them, because they just make it harder for us. Like, they make it a lot harder for us. Right. Starting a moment, like, he's bipolar. He spent 12 years in there. Y'all didn't figure that out? You still have issues. Everybody's got issues, girl. We all got issues. Yeah, so they can get used to it. You're right, they don't. And I hate to even say that, but they don't. I mean, it was like I talked to when they were sending him home with me and he was on parole, it was like, hey, what's your address? Where's he gonna be? That's it? Y'all kept him 6 years and you just sending him wherever with a good luck? Don't know what I got going on, what I might be doing, like, I don't know. And then like they tell them, you know, don't go back to your old ways, but they don't help them. Like, they don't come out with like knowing how to make a resume or knowing how to do an interview. Like take some of that, because they got a lot of time, some of them. Like, take some of that time, teach them how to write a resume, teach them what needs to be on it. Like, teach them how to interview for a job. Like, I don't know, like what to say, what not to say, how to sell themselves, because a lot of them have self-esteem issues anyway, just because they've done so much that they think that people look at them a certain way. And let's be honest, a lot of people do. But I feel like if they really took the time to teach them these skills, like when they got home, it wouldn't be so hard. It is so hard when they get out. It really is. He's made so much progress, though, since his bipolar diagnosis that it's insane. He's doing so much better. Yeah, a lot of jobs won't hire with a record. You're right. And a lot of jobs say that they'll hire with a record, but then it depends on what that record looks like. And like, I got a copy of Joey somewhere. It came in the mail. It's like this thick. Like maybe one or two, they kind of slide by, but like with his, they just look at it and immediately like, on to the next one. So he struggles with that a lot. But he was doing Instacart until this last thing. And when they pulled him over and gave him a DWI for being on his medicine, Instacart blocked him, or whatever it's called, banned him. So we're back to square one, but we'll get there. It's fine. We will get there. Sometimes we have to take the long road, but we will get there. Hell, he's been asleep now for like 3 hours. I can't sleep. I was just taking the dogs out and hear my camera from my next door neighbor. I know. Isn't it crazy? Like, the switch is ridiculous. Like, once they're medicated, the factory is the only place that will hire him and give him. Yeah, well, if you find a new factory, girl, I'm down. He wants a job. Like, he wants to work. He just can't find anywhere that will hire him around here. He's tried. He did get one interview at one of our local factories, and he doesn't interview well. He's never done that, really. I mean, he's had one like factory job ever, so he's not very good at interviewing. Yeah. It definitely is. Like, it's all challenging because they come home like, and he's never had kids. So he came home to 2 kids, which in hindsight, I on one hand, like I thought it would be a good idea for him to go to a halfway house for a little while, but on the other hand, like I know what goes on in some of those, and like, was that a great place to be? So it wasn't an easy decision, but it was the one that worked best for us because I didn't want him to come out and be in worse shape. Oh, really? See, he did interview at one of the factories around here, but they turned him down. CNC jobs are really good. Okay. I'll look into that too. I will definitely look into that. He's applied for a couple of things this week, so we got our fingers crossed right now. I told him that he needs to check back in with him in a few days. I think he gets really nervous when he interviews because, like I said, like he doesn't know how to sell himself. Like I've never applied for a job that I didn't get, but I can sell myself. Like I've been working in manufacturing since I was 18. So I mean, I know all the ins and outs, and I really can sell myself, and I also know like all the interview methods. Like, and I've tried. They don't. He doesn't have the confidence. He really doesn't. It's just not there, and he carries a chip on his shoulder because I think he tries to have that confidence, but he doesn't. Like he really doesn't. He's really just a big baby. He's gonna choke me if he hears me saying that. I'm kidding, but he is. He's just a big baby. Yeah, I mean, and he does little stuff like he does the stuff at the flea market occasionally, and he worked at a little store in town for a little while, and like he does in like odd job type stuff for now until we find him something like more permanent. But I think he's ready. Yes, Marcina, I am. I think he's ready for like a career per se, but he can't find one right now. He's trying, but we'll keep trying. I'm gonna try to sleep until I hear that creepy neighbor's camera again. Y'all, stay tuned. He's trying. He's trying. My boys are great. They're back there asleep. Kyler has his first baseball game tomorrow. He's so excited. Kason had his first game a few weeks ago, but Kyler has his first one tomorrow. So we're super excited about that. Maybe I'll go live during their baseball game. That'll be fun. That'll be really fun. Yeah, I'm gonna keep sharing these neighbor stories though. These neighbors are creeping me out. Thank you, Lauren. You're so sweet. I definitely will, Lauren. I will let him know you said that. I know that'll be encouraging for him. And I definitely will. I'm gonna keep sharing because this neighbor thing, like, y'all gonna have to help me keep a handle on this one. So I don't know what they got going on, but it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But y'all have a fantastic night, and thanks for hanging out.